I would have never predicted what Pokemon won my most recent Legends ZA tournament. This was my favorite tournament to date. The trainers really pushed their teams and pushed their team building skills to the limit, and the payoff was so special to witness. For me, one of the most fun and most enjoyable aspects of competitive ZA battling is the meta feels wide open, and oh my gosh does this tournament prove it. In this video, I'm going to be going over the teams that took first and second in my tournament. So without any further ado, let's hop right into the team analysis. Yes, you do see that correctly. Gible was on the tournament winning team. But before I get further into the team breakdown, I do want to talk about a little bit of how I structured this tournament, because I did actually structure this tournament differently than I had in the past. So the rule set is the same for the Season 2 ZA ranked ladder. And in between rounds, you are not able to change your Pokemon, you are not able to change your moves or your items. But so what happens is, I do host these on my stream, so you just tell me that you'd like to join in stream, then I randomize all the players into pods of 4. You play 3 times within that pod, taking screenshots and keeping track of where you placed and how many KOs you got. And then I randomized the pods again. So that way we had kind of like 2 round ones, if that makes sense. So I randomized the pods again and then rinse and repeat. So you do the same thing, you play 3 times, you keep track, and then the 4 players that have the best score move on to top 4, and then in top 4 you have your pod of 4, you play 3 times, and then whoever... That's how we track first, second, third, fourth. So the teams I am going to be going over today did get first and second in the tournament. So where is a better place to start than Gible? Tournament winning Gible. And I do have the person who won the tournament. They were kind enough to post a clip. We are going to be reviewing the clip of Gible literally in top 4, picking up a massive triple KO. But first, let's talk about the Gible. So, what they said in stream was they were committed to making Gible work no matter what. So, on this Gible, we do have Swords Dance. So, it is a setup Gible with Outrage, Earthquake, and Stone Edge, with the all-important Focus Sash. Gible absolutely needs this Focus Sash, and we will see Focus Sash come into effect in the clip. But Gible absolutely needs this Focus Sash to be able to live attacks. And I think what's really important, because Gible is Focus Sash, Gible is able to run 252 speed, and again, in that clip and throughout the tournament, the 252 speed mattered so much. There would be times that I would have a Pokemon out, so I used Garchomp in the tournament, and I was against the Gible team in the first pod, in the first part of round 1, and my Garchomp was on cooldown, and so my Garchomp just stood there like that. I saw the Gible, I was like, oh, that's a Gible. Okay, I can just hit the Gible with, like, pretty much anything, right? Like, I didn't know it was Sash at the time. So I was like, okay, I'll just hit, like, you know, my, Dragon Rush is on cooldown, but I'll just hit it with, like, you know, I can go EQ or something like that. Right, so I go EQ, Gible lives on Sash, already has a Swords Dance up, then one hit KO'd me with the Outrage. And then I was like, oh, I need to put some respect on Gible's name. So that was really fun to just, like, be a part of and witness. So we see Outrage and Earthquake for 2 big stab attacks, which are both very good in this meta. You have Outrage to hit the ever-present Garchomp, to hit Pokemon like Dragonite as well, big dragon damage. Then you have Earthquake to hit the ever-present Steel types. When we see Xerneas become legal, we're always going to see a rise in Steel types, so being able to hit those Steel types that aren't named Skarmory super effective is a very, very big deal. And then the Stone Edge. And the Stone Edge is such a cool move to be able to hit flying types, because you can definitely click Outrage into flying types, but to have a way to hit flying types super effective, whether that be like being able to hit Charizard 4 times super effective, Charizard Y 4 times super effective, and then Charizard X super effective as well. Like, actually, if you are against a Mega Charizard X, you actually hit Mega Charizard X super effective with all of these attacks, because Mega Charizard X does lose the flying typing to gain the dragon typing. So it's Dragon Fire being weak to Rock, being weak to Ground, and being weak to Dragon. So just, I think, some really, really cool moves on here, and I am so excited to show off the clip. I'm gonna go over the whole team, but the clip is so fun. Next on the team, we do have Ampharos. Legend ZA has been really cool because I've really been able to see Ampharos shine as someone who mainly has played VGC. Like, you know, you might see an Ampharos pop up here at, like, throughout VGC history, or at least since I've played. You know, you might see an Ampharos pop up here or there. It's like, when you least expect it, you'll get bodied by an Ampharos. But for the most part, I'm trying to think of metas that I've been part of, and it's never been, you know, one of the top 10 used mon. It's never been like a meta staple. So it's kind of cool to see it be a meta staple in ranked ZA, in competitive ZA. And so we do have the Magnet, that way just making sure you pump out a little bit extra, electro-type damage. You do have the Thunderbolt, you do have the Charge to increase your special defense, and then also increase your damage output again. We do see the Light Screen. The Light Screen's really nice to be able to protect both the Gible and the Hippowdon and the Ampharos on the special side. And then last but not least, I really do like this Focus Blast. Focus Blast gives you a way to hit ground types that might be immune, but also super effectively hit some steel types that can be running around. You know, you're able to hit something like the Excadrill or Mega Excadrill, super effective, all that kind of good stuff. So I really do like the addition of Focus Blast here, just making sure that, like, if you can't switch or something, you're not going to be 100% stalled out by ground types. And last but not least, we do have the Hippowdon on this team. So, the builder of this team and the pilot of this team did let me know that these EVs, sorry, I do have it written down if you see me looking down, these EVs, so Hippo has a 50% chance to one-hit KO a Garchomp with Ice Fang, but still is nice and big and bulky. Wait, did I get these? Oh, sorry, let me just check that I got these EVs correct. Sorry, I just want to check. Now that I put these in, I'm like, oh, were there EVs in speed? I feel like I got this. Sorry, I put it in speed. It's meant to be special defense. I knew I got that wrong. I saw it and I was like, huh, you know, I don't think that's correct. And I was right. I was right. Okay, there we go. Will I cut that all out? Who knows? So we do see, so with the attack, the Hippowdon is running the Adamant Nature, so with the Adamant Nature and with this attack, 50% chance to one-hit KO a Garchomp with Ice Fang, which is a really huge deal. We also are seeing Expert Belt, which I think makes very, very good sense for this Hippowdon set. You do want to bolster the damage that you are outputting, but you maybe don't want to be taking damage from a Life Orb, very similar to seeing kind of like a Magnet on the Ampharos. You are bolstering your Electro-type damage output, but you are not taking away from your bulk, and you're not taking away from your HP either with something like a Life Orb. I think that's very important for the Hippowdon, especially because Hippowdon's running Earthquake. Earthquake hits those fire types, which we are seeing an increase because we are seeing an increase in Steel types because Xerneas is around, so being able to hit both those Steel types and Fire types, super effective with the Earthquake, being able to hit Flying types, being able to hit those Water types, super effective with the Thunderfang. And though I have definitely been seeing Gyarados fall off a bit, being able to hit Gyarados 4 times super effective is a really, really big deal. And then we do have the Ice Fang for Garchomps for opposing Gibles, perhaps? You never know. You never do know. And then also, I really like the curse on here as well. So you can set up your defense, you can set up your attack a little bit here, and then especially if you have the light screen from the Ampharos, now your Hippowdon has boosted its attack, boosted its defense, is protected on the special side from the light screen, and now can just start pumping out some absolutely massive damage with that Expert Belt. And really, these 3 coverage moves hit so much of the meta really, really hard, right? Like I said, we see a lot of Fire types, we see a lot of fire types, electric types, and steel types, hitting those with Earthquake, Thunderfang, flying types, and water types that are quite popular, hitting those super effective, and then Ice Fang to be able to pump out damage into those dragons, into ground types, and everything like that. Like, I just think with this moveset, you are getting so much out of your expert belt. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say about this winning team, so y'all are in for such a treat. Let me get that clip pulled up. Okay, here we go, jumping right into it. This is in top 4. This is one of the matches from top 4 as well. You probably recognize Slid's name right there. So Slid is a great player. Slid won the last tournament that I hosted with a really, really cool Lucario team. I don't want to give too much of a spoiler, but we might be looking at Slid's team next. But let's just jump right into this. So, look at this little guy. We got the little guy. We got a big guy here. So, what is on the board right now, right? Let's look at, before we jump in, because things just happen like this in ZA. So, let's look at the board state real quick. Right now, the winner is in, the winner who wins the whole tournament, and the tournament was decided, I believe, by 1 point, so it was very close, is in second. We do see Regidrago in first with 6 KOs, Slid in third with 2 KOs, and then this is Callie in fourth with 1 KO. But ultimately, like, I'm covering the time, but there's still 51 seconds left. This is absolutely anybody's board, and Gible is about to prove it. So right now we have Gible on the board. We have a Diancie, Mega Diancie, we have a Metagross, and we have a Charizard X. So this is a powerful board, and the one Pokemon left standing may surprise you. So let's get it. Okay, so we see Gible going for Swords Dance. Boom! Over there. We see a big EQ coming out, and then we see the Metagross double KO. Did you see that? Did you see that double KO and boom? Now who's in first? Now who's in first? The only Pokemon left standing is a Gible. So, because it's a very fast clip and it just happens so fast. So we see the Swords Dance, right? We see Swords Dance, then Gible goes over here, is able to click the biggest Outrage, times it perfectly to hit the Charizard X before the Dragon Rush goes off, which is huge, and then is able to KO the Metagross with a not very effective move. Wild. Then we see Diancie trying to use Power Gem to get that one HP. Gible's literally left on 1 HP to get the 1 HP, but that speed coming in so clutch, with the Gible being able to KO with a +2 Earthquake, and now, just like that, in a winning position thanks to Gible. In a winning position thanks to the Gible! And this is the team that was piloted to second place in the tournament, and like I said, I believe it was either 1 or 2 points separating first and second place. It was a really, really close run. I actually think the Final 4 were all very, very close in KOs. I believe every single person at least tied for first in one of the games. So, like, the skill level was very, very high, which is so cool to see. And so Slid did get second place with this team. This is kind of a modified version of the first Mega Lucario and Mega Charizard X team that I did a breakdown of, that they used to tie for first in a previous tournament. So, we do see the Mega Lucario, still rocking that Brick Break. Love Brick Break. I think screens are very, very popular. It feels really good to your opponent just kind of wastes their time setting up screens. You go for a massive Brick Break, and then you can hit back with a huge other attack to maybe, pick up a really fast KO, and just waste the time of them setting up screens. Ice Punch, I think Ice Punch is really, really nice. Lucario doesn't really want to fight ground types, so having a way to be able to hit ground types, particularly Garchomp 4 times super effective, is a very big deal. We do also see Iron Tail. Iron Tail, while it does have a pretty big wind-up, the payoff can be huge. Like I said, in the first tournament, that I hosted, there were literally two Xerneas just facing each other down. Lucario ran up, went for Iron Tail, got a double KO on both of them. I think there's a lot of value in Iron Tail. And then we have the absolutely massive close combat to be able to hit other steel types super effective. I love the addition of close combat. You are just pumping out your damage. We have no setup, we are do damage. Then we do see the Mega Charizard X, with the Flare Blitz, with the Dragon Rush, with the Earthquake, and with the Swords Dance. I really like this set. I think setting up the Swords Dance with Mega Charizard X just makes you an absolute menace in this meta. Being able to pack Flare Blitz, Dragon Rush, and Earthquake I think is also a very big deal. Not only are you doing super effective damage to a lot of common Pokemon, but when you get your Swords Dance up, and you are adamant with this absolutely massive attack stat, the type chart just becomes kind of more of a little bit kind of a suggestion, you know what I mean? Like if you're rocking a +2, if you're rocking a +2 stab Swords Dance, like, you are going to be picking up some absolutely massive KOs that people may not expect. And now here. And now here, this is the Pokemon I am most excited about that Slid used. Slid was using Light Ball Pikachu, and when I say Pikachu was an absolute menace in this tournament, I absolutely mean it. So, how this Pikachu works is you use Charge, right? You use Charge, it does boost your Spadef, but more importantly for this Pikachu set, it increases the power of your electric type moves. Then, I put Charge on here twice. What am I missing? Dang it. My second mess up. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Hold on. I'm so sorry. It's Protect. That's what I meant to put. I knew it was Protect. Okay. So sorry about that. Hopefully those are my only two mess ups. Yikes. Okay. Like, cut all that out? Who knows? And I'll just be back here. Saying that the Charge really does absolutely boost your damage output. Then you click your Stab Volt Tackle, and I watched this Pokemon absolutely delete a full health Mega Diancie. Like, Pikachu was going absolutely nutty in the tournament. Again, I feel like people maybe just aren't prepared for the sheer amount of damage this Pikachu is going to output, and it's very clear that when you are all big and boosted, it doesn't matter if the Volt Tackle is super effective damage. You are going to be pumping out some absolutely massive damage, just picking up KOs, picking up KOs, picking up KOs, picking up KOs, and I really like the Protect on Pikachu. I think Protect is a really fun addition to this Pikachu set, because it lets you, some Pokemon, like, let's take Mega Charizard, for example. Some Pokemon, may only have one ground type move, so what you get to do with Pikachu is, say you're set up with your Charge, you can Protect while your opponent runs in, tries to get their big ground damage, then you are ready to click your Volt Tackle move and KO them in return, right? So I really like, I definitely attacked into Protect a couple times. I think Protect in Legends ZA, and y'all can let me know if you feel this is a fair statement in the comments. Protect feels like, if you can use it well, it is incredible. It feels so incredibly good, but it feels like it maybe isn't the most user-friendly move either. Like, if you time your Protect improperly, they're still going to pick up a KO on you and you just sat there trying to Protect. Or, if you Protect for no reason, they get a free setup off, then they're ready to KO you, right? So it does feel like it may not be the most user-friendly move, but when you are good at using it, it really feels incredible to be able to waste one of your opponent's moves, so then your Pokemon can hit back in return. So I'm really, really excited to see these two teams win my tournament. And like I showed you from the clip, like, we had some powerful Pokemon in the top 4, and the skill level was really, really high. It was so incredibly fun to be a part of, so incredibly fun to watch as well. I wasn't in the finals, so I got to commentate the finals, and oh my gosh, I might have to upload some of the clips because I was freaking out when we saw Pikachu pick up some nasty one-hit KOs, when we saw Gible pick up some nasty one-hit KOs. Like, it was just genuinely such a good time, and I just feel like Legend ZA, like I kind of said in the beginning of this video, Legend ZA competitive is so fun, because it feels like if you're really committed and you can find a way to run the Pokemon you want to run, like, you can do it to success. And I love that. I think that's absolutely glorious. But I do think that's going to be it for me today. I actually do have confirmation from both of these players that they are willing to trade me their teams so I can bring them on ranked. So if you want to see me bring Gible to the ranked ladder, please let me know in the description down, not the description, in the comments down below. I am very, very much looking forward to that. Hopefully, those videos will be coming out in the coming days, but thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you'd like to join these tours, I have the link to my stream in the description down below. Definitely make sure to check that out. And if you did enjoy this content, if you did enjoy your time watching this video at any time, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate that, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye!